As I've said before in virtually every video, fishing video that I put up, that I am a spoon plugger. I'm a disciple, a follower of Buck Perry. Buck being the father of modern fishing. All modern fishing owes its existence to Buck Perry. Well, I have been a follower of Buck Perry for 50 years. And I strongly suggest that anybody out there go to YouTube and look up Don Dixon Fishing. Don Dixon was Buck's #1 instructor who taught the Buck Perry School of Fishing. You can go to Don Dixon Fishing on YouTube and you can learn how to catch any kind of fish anywhere in the world, any time of year. Right. Now, me being a spoon plugger, and for other spoon pluggers know what I'm talking about, but being a spoon plugger, following Buck Perry's teachings, and Buck has divided the water between shallow and deep based on what the fish do. The fish are actually the ones that divide it. But anyway, any water less than 8 to 10 feet deep is shallow water. Water over 8 to 10 foot deep is classified as deep water. And in shallow water, you fish all the water. You know, top, middle, bottom, you fish it all. First 10 feet of water, fish it all. And when you go to deep water, water over 10 feet deep, you fish the bottom. Well, that is primarily true. I mean, that is a fact. But to everything, there are exceptions. Now, I probably follow the teaching probably to a fault, because when it comes to water over 10 feet deep, I fish the bottom. I mean, basically, I fish the bottom. I rarely ever fish any. I mean, deep water, I rarely fish anything other than the bottom. So, when I got to thinking that, you know, two of my favorite fish are stripers and hybrids. And they're pelagic fish. They're fish that frequent open water. They don't just stay in open water. They, too, relate to structure. So I spend most of my time fishing for them on the bottom on structure. Whereas most striper fishermen that I see are out wandering around over deep water. They just wandering around all over the place with seemingly no rhyme or reason. And every once in a while they stumble across a fish. But even stripers and hybrid relate to structure. They spend most of their time on structure, so I spend most of my time on structure. But I got to realize that, you know, these fish will suspend in the water column. They will do it. And while I'm fishing the bottom, I'm aware that there are a few of these, even though the main part of the school may be tight to the bottom, some of them will suspend up in the water column. And I just hadn't really been fishing for them. So the fishing is so tough on our lake right now because of a problem with the dam and all that kind of stuff. They had the water levels down for many years, way, 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 way low. They've recently brought it back up and everything. But anyway, the fishing is tough on our lakes. The numbers of fish just aren't there. It will come back, and it won't take it too terribly long. It'll be back in just a very few years. It'll be back to what it was. But right now it's tough. So you need to avail yourself of every available fish. So I thought, okay, I'm missing these fish that are suspended in the water column. So I go out and I decide that probably a flutter spoon is the way to go. And because it does it, for a number of reasons, I decided to try the flutter spoon, and the flutter spoon has worked great. The flutter spoon has worked great. The last 2 or 3 trips, I have deliberately not fished anything else except the water column with flutter spoons. That's all I fished. And I have picked up several fish, good fish, that fish the way I normally do, fishing on the bottom, I wouldn't have caught. So I've added another tool to my toolbox, which is a flutter spoon. And from now on, I'm going to quit ignoring the suspended fish, the stripers and hybrids that are suspended over structure. Not out in open water, over structure. So anyway, about the second time that I go down to try it out, I take an old friend, a friend that we hadn't fished together 40 years. So we go out, and it's I reckon my second day ever fishing a flutter spoon, and his first day ever to fish a flutter spoon. So we go out and we have a good day. We have a good day. For that lake, under the cold front conditions, terrible cold front conditions, the fact that we got four good fish, that was flying, because it's a terrible after cold front day in a lake that's got a low fish population. So we did great. We did great, thanks to Buck Perry. And but anyway, it was fun. It was a little. We weren't organized, to say the least. We were out reminiscing more than anything else. But anyway, we had a good trip. We had a good trip. And the spoon plug, goodness gracious, the flutter spoon is. It's proved out. It's a great lure for catching suspended fish over structure. So anyway, that's what this video is all about. Two old codgers going out and doing a little bit of experiment with flutter spoons, and we had a blast. And I hope you enjoy the video. You in too quick.
Sorry, man, but yeah. Yes.
Come on. These things take forever to crank up when you want them to. Finally, just come on. Your net's right there behind you. Jerry got too big a hurry. He landed him too goddamn quick. Couldn't get my cameras going. That's a hybrid. Lead him in head first. Drop his head in. Gotta get his head in. Now push it up over. There you go.
All right.
My boy come through and I didn't even drop a dead blame marker buoy out here nowhere.
Oh,
What do you want? There's some handlers. And here's you some pliers. I come prepared.
You got it all.
Well,
Just barely hit. Barely.
at least you broke the cockpit and eyes.
Daggone right, you know. Now,
We gotta bleed him out.
you're gonna show me what to do there, boss.
I put him a cut right there so I can get my stringer thing.
Why do you bleed?
Huh?
Why do you bleed?
Why would you bleed a cow or a pig? Same reason. Get the blood out of the meat. When you go home to clean him,
You don't have all that mess.
it won't be a bloody mess, and the meat won't be sitting full of blood.
That makes sense. Whew. Well, that was fun, Bob. Worked up a sweat on that one.
Huh?
I worked up a sweat on that one.
I worked up a sweat trying to find him.
You had me nervous, that dude. Tried every way in the world to knock him off.
But he's out here. I'm gonna, this is not where he was, but it's reasonably close. So he was out here in this holler. Remember, he kept talking about that. We're
Creek
still
channel.
in that same holler, same code.
Yeah.
Creek channel. That's where he was. Or as Buck calls it, side feeder cut. He come out here within 50 some feet of water. How far up was he?
I'd say I was 25, 30 feet deep somewhere in there. Before he hit 50.
He was about halfway in.
About halfway on the retrieve.
Well, I'm glad you finally broke the cut picking up. And I'm glad to see that it was a hybrid. For the hybrids will take the flutter spoon too, which I knew they would, but you still want to see one.
Let's try that again.
Come on. Oh, good grief, Jerry. Uh-oh. Oh.
It's the same fish, ain't it?
Huh?
Must be the same fish.
I don't know.
We're wrapped around each other. We'll give you some slack. I'm under the boulder.
Jerry, I don't know what I've got the fish on and he's under.
Let me see if I can.
Gosh, look, there's several of them down there now. He's going down. If I can talk him into getting back up here. I think you had one that it got off, what I think. Because you had that. You had that.
For a minute there.
Yeah, you had it before I ever felt anything. Okay. Now what are we going to do?
Let me see if this one. Get it out of your way.
We've got a cluster.
Hey, man.
Man, Mr. Jerry here have got a cluster going.
Reach back there and see if you could unhook it from your rod right there.
Well, where's my pliers at?
Right here.
Let me get this dang fish out of here.
There you go.
Let it go down.
thought we had all that.
Okay. Now, what a mess. We got a fish flopping around here.
A what?
A fish flopping around here everywhere. I'm going to pull this one in, put him in the cooler, bleed out that other one.
Let me get my Reese cup out.
Yeah, get Reese cup, get them 2 drinks out. They're going to get stunk up.
Oh, I don't care about the drinks. I'll get yours out. Mercy. What will lose?
My boga. There they are. What happened to my boga crab? Well, did they just tear up or what? Something happened to them. Diane keeps saying you need a new set of boga grips because those keep missing now and then or let the fish off. And one of the videos I get the big fish, the one big fish, I get to right here and the boga grip slipped off. Down in the lake he went, but the chain still held him. When he slipped off, I got written on the screen, oops. Oops. Off he went. Where in the devil have we drifted? Huh? Exciting. Yeah. Well, we're halfway to a limit.
Any rods?
I swear, Jerry, you had one on that got off. Because you was fighting. I was pulling mine in and was almost in when I got hooked. When he took mine, I was almost in. So I mean, you definitely had a fish on before I did. Where'd my Gatorade go?
Right here.
I'm gonna take me a little short break and we'll go get 2 more. Where's the marker buoy? The marker buoy. I thought we'd drifted in. Nope. Hang up.
That was exciting right there.
Huh?
That was exciting. tell when it hits. I mean, I could tell when that one hit. It rolled him.
Wheel! I was just real in to get out of your way.